IT, you're muted.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
It's so nice to have you. Can you see all these beautiful faces on the other side of the screen?
Amazing.
They're just overwhelmed and excited to see you.
Me too. Overwhelmed and excited to see them.
Look at this beautiful girl. She has changed to ISIS here in the United States.
Oh
Look
my
at her.
God. That's an exaggeration.
Look, this is a very good transformation coming from Dashti Barchi in the west of Kabul to the US. She was there encouraging others to be otherwise, and now she is going to the other side to keep the balance, because this is an empowerment balancing session. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sahar John, are you doing well?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. Everything is good. It's so good to see everyone and be here. But transformations, I love this transformation. And I feel like it's been a very empowering transformation. I've been able to find truth and faith, and finding it truly in a very strange place, because when I was coming here, I was not expecting this. But coming here actually helped me to get stronger on my faith, and I'm really grateful for that.
An empowerment, we are in search of our true self, which is the access point of power. And that is exactly the place that keeps you balanced. And most of the time when there are attractions of power from different directions, it will distract you. It will catch you towards the self. So if you have a central point there in the name of yourself, then you can have your own balance of power. This is a very good struggle. And I'm happy that this beautiful soul, Sahar in Farsi means the daylight.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
It's daylight.
That is daylight. That is exactly the daylight.
I was saying that it's like the light that comes after the dark of the night. Like close to the morning, it's the time when the night is darkest the most. And right after that, it's Sahar, and that's me, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember that she was the one who launched our Peace on Earth game? And
Yes,
Marifa, that was the third step of our Marifa dream. It was the third step, Sahar?
I think so.
I think,
The third or fourth.
And I've seen you on many videos.
Yeah. And she was the one that at the time that we had very horrible experiences in the western part of Kabul. There were nearly each week we had 2 or 3 explosions on the streets and the markets and the sports clubs, on the maternity hospital and the police district offices. So people were really scared. And it was a shocking moment for all. These girls, they initiated this Peace on Earth game, but that was not Peace on Earth game at that time. They had a very good definition of the incidents. They said that they have their own game that they're playing. We will launch our own ground and we will launch our own game. And they initiated a futsal match just close to Marifat School. They attended there and they celebrated that with a very joyful experience. I shared that same experience with David Gershon at that time. And then we talked about the seeds of that as an inception of an idea. And I was reminded of the first Earth Run. And I told him that, how can we incorporate that? And then he came back with this idea of Peace on Earth game, that let's start this. And then eventually it linked to these 7 actions that we have now. And then we became the first Peace on Earth pool in Kabul, and they started the first Peace on Earth teams. And just I think it was 6 months or so, that they had expanded to around 80 groups beneath them, and they had a very joyful and exciting experience through that. Then we received lots of good messages from around the world, from our empowerment partners, from our Peace on Earth companions who shared the journey with us. And then Sahar was the one who introduced that officially in our Dream of Marifat. We had Marifat Dream every year. It was in the month of March, and we had every year a one step ahead to get closer to the Dream of Marifat. And then she was the one who stood on the stage there, and she talked about the initial experiences, about those incidents that took place. And then she launched the video that they had made out of those moments. And that was really a very joyful experience for us.
Very beautiful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, I'm happy that now she has made her way here to the States, and now she's still keeping the balance.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. And it's a very good experience for these other young, beautiful souls that you are seeing on the screen.
Yes,
all of them are the companions of us in this very exciting journey. Now, they are not one. There are hundreds. They are not in one place. They are in scores of places.
Yes.
And fortunately, they are now practicing the impact of this empowerment through their daily lives, to befriending with their parents, starting from that very close people, you know, that they're linked with. They are befriending with their parents, with their siblings at home, with the community, with their school peers that they're around them, with the people who are in control. Doesn't matter who they are, but they are the authority, and they have something to embody the power and the implementation of power. And they are trying to create a very good balanced interaction with them. And we call that interaction of powers. In the empowerment sessions, I've introduced them into that term, that this is a kind of interaction of powers, not confrontation of powers. So in the interaction of powers, both sides, they are trying to nurture each other. They are crisscrossing what they have. And I'm very excited to see that Sahar is now representing personally that experience here. And hopefully in a few minutes, we will have Sadaf and Ali Sina and Farida as well. They are also the pioneers of this game. I see here Kazim Ahmadi and his spouses, Marzia. Is Marzia there?
Sir Ustad Droish, Marzia is welcoming soon here because I called her. She was in the way, just waiting.
So till we will have David Gershon, and I don't think if all the clusters are here. We have our cluster from Quetta, Pakistan, which is Istiqlal cluster. You can just raise your hand.
Do I know who they are? Yeah.
Yeah, they are from Quetta, Pakistan.
Okay.
We have from, can you wave your hands, please?
Hello.
And we have from, can you please wave your hands? We have from, can you please wave your hands? That's good. We have from, we have here, can you wave please? That's
okay.
So we have some other clusters joining. I think this is, okay. Let's have some warm-up words from these students. From Quetta, please, can you unmute yourself and say a few words before we officially start our session? Teresa is our mentor. She's our mother. She's our sister. And for
Yes.
me, she's everything, because since our introduction in 2016, it was early 2016, and the first workshop, empowerment workshop, especially that the very exciting moment was the moment that she introduced us with the growing age, and a
Yes.
very beautiful, yeah, it was really a very beautiful explanation of growing age, and no one really knew what growing age is. And she came there in a very, very good symbolically explanation of that. She helped us to understand what growing age is. Now for you, growing age is a new term. You will be introduced in the workshops, but you have already gotten some few things about that. But Theresa is the one who developed the manual of empowerment workshops with us in this 3 months. It took us 3 months that we worked weekly on that, and now we have made it ready for you. Tonight, that will be officially launched here. Anyway, we have our good students from Bamika. Please wave your hands. Wave your hands.
Welcome.
Yeah, and you will have good words from them. Yes, please. From you were trying to say something. Yes, please.
In the name of Allah, by the name of the most merciful and compassionate God. Hello all our nice guests and teacher Aziz Roish. I hope all of you be great and full of energy. And today I am gonna the things that I learned from empowerment class. Be yourself. In every situation, you must be yourself. Do your work and take your decision about your future. Don't allow your family, friends, classmates, mother or father to take your decision or to choose instead of you. You must do your work and be yourself in every situation. And you must, my meaning is that you must be your own hero. You're stronger than you think, believe me. You in every situation, plant your seed and you'll have the tree in the future. You must increase your self-confidence and continue the way that you have selected it. You must have the courage and risk to learn new things. You don't need someone to push you to do your work. You know how to control your life. Fortunately here, we are ourselves, not just me. All of the girls who are here, we are the best, and in our mind we are the best. We don't need someone to order to ask what should we do, because by empowerment lessons we know that what should we do. We know that people are not free to do our work. They are not free to think about us all the time. Life is like a white paper that we painted, so we are trying to paint it goodly. And also at the end, I am thankful from the people who support this program, such as David Gershon, Aziz, Theresa, and some others people who support this program. Thanks so much.
Thank you. How old are you?
I'm about 13.
13 years old. Oh.
Very remarkable. Thank you for sharing.
That's great. That's really great. Okay, let's have some other few words from Istiqlal. Yes, please. If you can unmute yourself.
Praise be to Allah. Hello and best greetings to you, Mr. Aziz Roish, Ms. Teresa, other guests, and all of my colleagues attending this session. It's me, Nahid, student in Calculus Education. And first, let me talk about my wishes. I should say it is not important for me that I should be a big or famous person in the future. I just want to be an effective person who can help my sisters and my generation who are deprived of studying in my home. So the empowerment sessions make it easier to achieve my goals. And since I joined empowerment classes, a new personality is forming inside. And it's a resurrection and a new burning. From empowerment classes, I've learned to be myself, and since I've tried to be myself, my life became more enjoyable. It was just like the sunrise and my dawn moment. Now I believe that I will succeed in my life, not immediately, but definitely. I worked so hard in the way of achieving my dream, because I remember when one day Mr. Roy told us about a quote that life does not give you what you desire, life gives you what you deserve. So I study hard and see my future, a colorful future by education. I want to conclude my statements by a quotation of Albert Einstein. He said that learn from yesterday, live for today, hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning.
Great, great, my dear. That's really wonderful.
Very
That's
wonderful. Thank you.
And we have our beautiful Sadaf as well. Do you remember her? She
Hello, everyone.
I do. I do.
yeah, one of the pioneers of our empowerment sessions and Peace on Earth game in Kabul. She's now in Pennsylvania, and she's attending school there. With the good thing about her is that now she is along with all her family members. She was the one who could bring her parents and her little brother as well to join. And now they are together, a very good, powerful, empowered family here in the United States. Sadaf John, please have a few words, then we'll go, and this is a warm-up session before David Gershon joins us with the girl.
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. It's been a while that I was not in Zoom meetings and things like that, but I'm really grateful and glad that I'm here talking to you guys today, or tonight, actually. I'm really glad about being here, and thanks to Teacher Aziz about showing me as a good person. Yeah, actually, I came here 2 years ago. Probably some of you guys know me, probably you have seen me before, just in another session that we were together. But yes, my family is here now. As Mr. Aziz said, we are powerful now because I have my family next to me, and it would be a big support for me because it's not really easy to be an honor student of the school. So yeah, I mean, my parents, they came, and I was absolutely good. I was not in pressure. I was not under stress. I didn't have the stress of they are living in Afghanistan and being harassed or being under pressure. But actually, it was a good journey that they joined me here with my brother, actually. So we are now a 5-person who was a family, who were a family. It's really good. I hope everyone is enjoying with families.
That's great. Teresa, again, with the introduction of the name, Sadaf means shield. That shield which has a beautiful gem inside it in the sea. Do you know that? Yeah.
Yes. Seashell. Yeah.
Yeah. She is just covering something inside, and that thing inside, that is very important. And I hope that she will nurture that beautiful gem inside herself.
Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
Let's go. Let's go to.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. And let's go to have a few words from our dear souls. Yes, one of you, please, if you could say a few words.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well as usual. Today I want to talk the person who I was before attending to empowerment sessions, and now it's completely different. Okay. Before that, maybe everything I was thinking a lot of my focus was on problems. So what we will experience next, so what will be the next limitation that we will experience. But nowadays I left all the problems. So if I think of the problems, there are thousands of lists that maybe put me down, as there is no time for myself to work on myself, on my talents that is necessary for me. Nowadays my focus is in empowering myself in order to overcome any challenges are coming next in my life. So nowadays I think maybe the life will be very harder for me. So I should be stronger, not weaker. So maybe the problems are coming, but I should be a powerful person that can at least not put me down myself and not saying bad words for myself, that I not should blame myself for everything. I can control everything in my life except my words that I do, my behavior, my thoughts that are really important in my life.
That's great. And hopefully we'll have some more words from these souls. And let's go to, please, one of you, if you have a few words.
By the great name of Allah, who is the God of freedom, peace, education, and love, a very warm hello and good morning to all the respected guys. Wish you all to have a wondrous day. Today I'm here to talk about my plans and goals. Actually, I have many plans and goals, but my premier goal is to become a president in the future. And it has two reasons. The first reason is to avoid violence against women. And the second reason is to fight for children's rights. And I know that the situation is not good, but I must struggle with my challenges and difficulties, and I must resolve both. And you know that I'm not just fighting for my dreams and goals. I'm fighting for all the Afghan girls who are not allowed to go outside, who are not allowed to go courses, who are not allowed to go outside courses, and the girls who even do not have this chance to think about their dreams on their minds, and for the girls who are forced to get married soon. So let me tell you that Afghan girls are so strong and talentful, and just they need the opportunities to prove themselves. And we did this. So unfortunately, nowadays or today, Taliban do not allow the girls to go to school, and they think that the girls do not have this capacity to have dreams or to go to school. But for me, the most enjoyable thing is doing what the others tell me you cannot do. So let me tell you that I'm thankful of those who always support us, and they think that we have this capacity to follow our dreams. And about the Afghan girls, I'm going to tell you that for us, life is what we believe, what we love, and what we are going to do. So we believe that everything is possible, even the word impossible is possible. Finally, I'm telling you that Afghan girls are not going to give up soon. And I'm finally, again, I'm thankful of those who always support us. And thanks for your nice attention. If you have something to tell us, I'm here.
How old are you?
I'm about 19 years old.
19 years old. Very good. Wonderful. Yes, we have a hand raised. Yes, please.
So, hello everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Today I will talk about the girls in Afghanistan. Some of the girls in Afghanistan, when courses and schools become closed, they say that we never study our lesson. They lose their hope. But no, we never give up. We're powerful. We're strong. We continue our education. We study our lesson. So right now we have kinds of girls are different. That some of them they think positive, and some of them they think negative. Some of them they think positive, they can continue their lesson, not in the course, to come in course. They can continue their lesson, their education at home by helping from someone, from teacher, from internet. But some of the people that they think negative, they can't continue their lesson. They say that just it's the end of the world. We can't go to school. The situation of Afghanistan is like this. But no, we never give up. It's our time to study. No one can say that for us not go to school. Don't go to school. Don't go to course. It's not our situation that we have in Afghanistan. And also in the end, I want to say that thanks a lot for those persons that they support us in this program. Thank you.
Thank you. It was wonderful. I'm very happy to hear that. We're glad to have David Gershon. Twinkle, all students for David Gershon. Twinkle.
Thank you.
David Gershon.
Very happy to see twinkles.
Yeah, thank you. David Gershon is the one who pioneered the empowerment journey, not for us, for the entire world, and introduced a new version of empowerment, a new definition of empowerment, which is related to the actual power of self and as an inner power in each and every human being. And since then, since 1980, she has come a long way. It's a very tiring journey, really a tiring journey, to go on for 45 years in a journey and to spend your time and invest all your thoughts, energy on one concept and to go on with that. And this is the embodiment of what David Gershon has told me, to be in love with a core concept, with a core value. And for him, for Gail, that she is also behind the scene, the sole supporter of us. She will be joining us in one of our sessions, and I'm sure that she will have lots of good words for you. They have been changing, or they have been helping to change and transform the lives and the destiny of millions around the world. And we in Afghanistan are one of those. I personally am one of them. And since 2016, that I firstly met David Gershon in Rhinebeck. It has become around 8 years now, something like that. And it's also a very long time. For me, it's a very long time because it has been a meaningful time with full of inspirations, full of inceptions, constant inceptions, and a guardianship that I couldn't believe that if I hadn't, especially in the difficult times of 2016s, 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, and 21s of Afghanistan, that began with the Qiyam Tabassum, if you remember that. Some of you have recalled that. That was in 2016. And then the Junbish Roshnai, or the Enlightenment movement, that was in 2017. Then the beginning of the suicidal explosions on the streets of Kabul throughout the 2017, 18, 19, and 20s till 2021. And then the COVID, that was also a shocking experience for the entire world and for us in Afghanistan as well. Then this new incident in Afghanistan, which overturned the page for most of us, and we are now the living witnesses of that change in Afghanistan. So I'm grateful to David Gershon, to that beautiful soul that has helped us in this empowered journey. That's very important for us. And to you all, that now you have joined us in this journey, and you have given us new sources of power, new sources of energy that is in the process of defining empowerment and implementation of empowerment practices, empowerment methodologies, empowerment techniques to create your life as you want it. And this is very important for us. This is my initial talk and words for this. I will let now David Gershon to have a few words for you. David, we had some, nearly all of these classes that they talked with Theresa, and that was a good warm-up. And I'm sorry that you missed some of them, but they will be repeating that in the next turn, hopefully again and again, because there are lots of other students that they are on the line, and I'm sure that they will have their own messages when it comes to their turn. Yes, David, please go on.
Well, I am sorry that I missed the earlier part of this. Hello, Sahar. Good to see you, my friend, and good to meet all of you. It is a great honor and pleasure to be with you this evening, or this, I guess it would be the morning for you, evening for me. Let me just say a word about Aziz and a word about Theresa to start with. Aziz is a pillar of resilience, of hopefulness. Through the most challenging times that I worked with Aziz, that I talked with Aziz, he never lost faith. He's a faith keeper, a person of hope. And that's so important to see role modeled for you, because there's so many ways that one could lose hope and lose faith in ourselves and the future and our country. So what does it take to be a person of faith, a person of hope, a person who believes in the future, believes in ourselves? I mean, the deepest truth is that we have immense amount of power within ourselves. You've been learning that. And no matter what the outer circumstances, we have control over our own consciousness and our own thoughts and our own beliefs and our heart. And you aren't just here for yourselves, you're here for all of your gender and really all the people of Afghanistan. So you have a role to play. There is no mistake in this intelligent universe. So you are here for a reason. What is that reason? What are you learning? What do you want to learn? Do you believe that you can create your life as you want it? Do you believe you can create your country as you want, in spite of everything you see around you? Do you believe you can create the world the way you would like it to be, no matter what you see? That's the question. And how you answer that will determine not only your life and your fate, but the fate of the world and your country. So the journey that you're embarking upon formally, starting, I think it's Thursday, is the journey of empowerment. And so you'll be going on a many-month journey through the 12 chapters of the book that Gail, my wife, and I wrote, that comes out of our experience leading this workshop for many thousands of people over the years, including Aziz and Theresa. Theresa has been the steward of this work for the last few years. Gail handed over the reins to Theresa, and she is an amazing person. You're very happy to, I'm so happy I wasn't here so you could just have the full experience of Theresa. Although I am jealous that I missed out on all that you said. So I do want to hear your thoughts a little later on, but I am happy you had a chance to engage with Theresa. She's very special. And she and Aziz and I have been working. I don't think you call him Aziz. I don't. You probably have a much more formal name for him, but that's what I call him. To build this curriculum, it's an adaptation of a coaching curriculum that we had created and we're teaching in our Empowerment Institute, along with how to lead the empowerment workshop. So you're the first to have this experience, and we're excited to see how it goes for you. But it's part of a bigger context. So, do any of you know the song Imagine by John Lennon? Anyone know that song by the Beatles? Do you know the Beatles?
Yes.
I hope some of you do.
Yeah.
If you don't, you should learn about them. They're really beautiful musicians. And they wrote a song called Imagine, which is where the name Imagine came from. And it's about imagining a world at peace. And so I am what you would call a dreamer. I don't know whether that's considered positive or not for you, But for me, it is my truth. I believe in a world that many of us don't really understand can be, or maybe believe can be. So the way that you'll be working with us is to play a game. We call it Peace on Earth by 2030, or the game. And the first part of it, the first action is on empowerment, and then it moves into actions that relate to oneness and unity and cooperation and abundance and love and faith. And by the way, has Sahar spoken yet at all?
She did a few words, but she is just waiting to jump on after you.
Okay. So Sahar is a master of the game. And she played the game and rallied so many people at Marifat. So she's the one who's going to tell you really about what it means to play this game. And since Sahar, you played it, we now have changed action 1 into the actual empowerment work itself, so that they can have the agency to start the journey of the other 6 actions. So that's the journey. And what can I say?
Besides Sahar, we have Sadaf as well, on one side of the screen, if you can notice her.
Oh, good to see you again.
Good to see you,
grown.
actually.
Have we met before? I think we have, yes?
Yes, we did. We started the game together in 2018.
Yes,
I'm
of course.
Sister Alici now. Do you remember?
I do remember, and you were much smaller
Yeah.
then, so now I can't
I was quite
recognize
young,
you.
yes. Back then I was young. Yes, but I'm here in the United States now.
Well, good to see you again. Yes, and how's your brother?
He's wonderful. He said hello. Actually, he had some other things to do because he's working at the Army War College now. So he has to be a little bit certain to finish all the works that he has. And I think he was driving back home, not here, to the other house. So, but he will join the other sessions too. Yeah.
Good. We'll want him in the future because he's also an amazing person.
Absolutely.
And I remember we would have our classes with you at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
It was so early for you. It was late for us, but really early for you. And you had, I mean, it was so scary at that time about what it meant to go out into the streets. So I remember very distinctly how.
And these other companions of empowerment, they attend sessions 5:30 in the morning. Don't worry about that. They are 2 hours before Sadaf. So they're accustomed to be early birds.
So anyway.
They're not going to submit to the night, and they are the ones to all the time go towards and to embrace the light, the daylight.
Well,
okay,
I think the people that need to speak to you, I mean, I'll say more, you can ask questions, but I want to hear from Sahar and Sadaf so that they can tell you their stories, because they will be more easy for you to relate to than me, because they're your peers and they have been on this journey and they have come through the difficult challenges that you are now part of. So they're going to be good inspirations for you. So Aziz, how would you like to proceed? Would you like me to pass the torch to the others?
Yeah, we will have a few words now, as you said, from Sahar and Sadaf. Then we'll go back to our participants of empowerment there in these clusters. Yes, Sahar, please go on.
Well, first of all, hi. It's been, I think, more than a year from the last time that we spoke, and I'm really happy to see you again. I'm really happy to see Sadaf John after, I think, maybe 3 years probably. I don't even remember exactly.
4 years.
4 years, wow. So to speak about the journey of empowerment for me personally, I think the phases that I went through with empowerment and also with everything that was happening in Afghanistan, and then leaving Afghanistan and moving and traveling across the world to be here. It's been full of transitions, a true roller coaster with going down, going up. And but what has been keeping me, what I think of as my truth, basically, is how I've been able to reconnect with myself and find myself in the least expected way that I would have thought, like my version from 5 years ago, the 14-year-old me, if you would tell her that, like, okay, in 5 years, I think it's been 5 years since 2018 when we started this, I would become the person that I am today, it would be absolutely unbelievable. But the journey to, first of all, to work on yourself, and then to find friends, to work with those friends, and to build this connected belief and this one belief in a place where believing in anything positive was difficult, has been an absolutely amazing journey. And also, I really appreciate you saying that nothing in this universe is an accident and nothing ever happens just for an accident. And I truly believe that, because all of the things that happened over the past years and everything that's happening today, either in Afghanistan and all of us being right now here, they all are meant to happen. They all are connected for things that we may not understand at the moment, as things are challenging back home, especially for all of my friends that I'm seeing right now in this meeting. And I'm really glad that they are keeping up the good work, showing up early in the morning, late at night, studying, working, believing. And even though we may not see the horizon right now at the moment, but that does not mean that the horizon is not there. And that does not mean that it's not going to end well if it's not good at the moment. And I think that's also one of the main things that I've been learning over the past 5 years of tackling with empowerment, and sometimes having difficulty to keep that belief on, and also finding that belief again in so many different forms, in so many different places. And regardless of how difficult it's been, for most of the part, I've loved the journey, even though it's been difficult. But it's good to see you again, and it's good to see everyone again. And I'm so glad that we are starting this again, and I cannot wait to see what everyone is gonna do.
Thank you. Thanks, Sahar. That's really a beautiful coverage of this very beautiful journey. And I'm glad that you have shaped a meaningful life and a meaningful definition of yourself from your life. This is really great. Let's go to Sadaf. Sadaf, please.
Hello again, actually. And I'm glad to see Sahar John again, and David, and everybody else. So actually, it was a really hard time when we started empowerment, when Peace on Earth game by 2030. It was really hard. Every day we were having 2-3 bombs over the country. People were getting killed. People were arrested. It was a really hard time. We started to say, if Taliban are playing with guns, it's okay. We are gonna start playing, we girls, on the football field. If you ever remember that. We said that we started to do it. So for me, as what happened to my life, in 2018, I started to find friends, good friends, who could help me, who could push me to go forward, to reach my goal. And those good friends started with Peace on Earth game in 2018. Then it became more and more and more trouble. I mean, the security in Afghanistan was getting worse and worse every day until it got to August 15. So August 15 was the worst and the hardest and the darkest day of my life. I had to run away from the school. I went home. I was so scared. Because I was scared, I took out the longest dress that I had and wore that and tried to cover myself. Because everybody was saying like, Taliban will come, Taliban will kill you and do this and they will do that. So that happened. I was getting really pressured. But then I started to hope like, okay, we started 2018 and now it was 2021. And I remembered I have my schedule, I have my daily plan, I have my goals, I have my dreams, so I don't have to worry. I will try to make a door for myself open. And I had good friends that they helped me through this journey. And I made it to the United States. I know it's a long distance, like coming from the other side of the earth to this side of the earth, like from the east to the west. It was hard, but good points of Peace on Earth game made me to find friends, made me to use all the 7 steps of Peace on Earth or empowerment into my life here. When I entered the school, the high school as a junior, in 2022, the first semester was really hard. I was freaking because I couldn't make friends really good. Then I decided to become more friendly, use my previous skills that I had, and I was using it back in Afghanistan. So I started that and started to make it over again with Peace on Earth, with empowerment. And now I have a lot of friends. Most of them graduated this year, and I have many other friends that are gonna be graduating in 2024, like just in a year from now with me. So I'm gonna be a senior. And I'm really glad that I made it because everything that is happening and everything that has happened needed good work, needed a hard work, which I'm really glad. I had good friends, I had good teachers, I had good family, and I'm having good family who is supporting me and pushing me forward to go. So, and ending up to today, what I did was like, I found 5 good schools, good colleges to apply for and to study journalism and start to begin my life and stay and do everything as I need to make myself better as I am right now and to start to make the world with all my friends.
Thanks, Sarahjan. That's great, really wonderful. Now, let's go, David, if you allow me and the participants to hear few more words from our companions and the clusters of empowerment sessions. We had a hand raised, and please unmute yourself because you didn't talk in the previous round that we had.
I think that was me.
That was Sahar. Yes, please, Sahar,
Yeah.
go on.
I just wanted to acknowledge what Sadaf mentioned as how difficult this transition has been to move to an entirely new place in the world and then try to connect with the people who are different from you in every aspect, from culture to language to everything that they think, how they've lived, and how people's normal is very different from your normal. And I just wanted to say that the difficulty that you feel when you move to a different place, and the the challenge that you face. No matter how difficult they might seem at the moment, even if they're difficult right now, as you are moving forward to apply for colleges, which can be way more stressful, they all, at the end of the day, if you can stick to who you are, and first of all, form yourself, it's all going to be okay, and it's all going to turn out for the best at the end of the day.
Thanks, John. That's great. Yes, we have a hand raised, please.
Glory to God, whose name is love and His creatures in this beautiful universe. In empowerment, we have lots of sentences. That one of the sentences that I love so much that is said. The big human have a expectation from themselves, but the small human have an expectation from another person. And so hello and good morning for my classmates, and also good night for Mr. Aziz, Mr. David Gershon, and also our guests. I'm so happy that today I visit you, and at the past I thought that Mr. Aziz teach us the lessons of performance and make it Mr. Aziz, but today I know that Mr. David Gershon makes this lessons of performance and teach for Mr. Aziz. Okay, the lessons of performance is so beautiful and so interesting for me. And the first sentence that is so beautiful is that a beautiful life begins with a beautiful mind, and then say the art of a beautiful life. That's immune, joyful, and comfortable. And again say I want to be able to. And it's so good. It's like our life is like this. That Mr. David Gershon teach the lessons of empowerment for Mr. Aziz Ruish, and Mr. Aziz Ruish teach the lessons of empowerment for us, and it's very good for us. And in the future, the new generation like us teach the lessons of empowerment for another person that they need for this. Like this now, for example, me, Sahar, Marcia, and Muhadisa make a group of WhatsApp that we teach the lessons of empowerment on here, and in a week twice we make that in Monday and Wednesday, and we teach the persons that they are participants of our group. It's not just the girl. On that group we have boys also, and we teach the English. We teach the lessons of empowerment for them, and it's very good that Mr. David Gershon makes these lessons of empowerment for us. And for example, I thought that the lessons of empowerment made by Mr. Aziz that teach us, and now I know that this lessons made by Mr. David Gershon, and I thanks from Mr. Aziz that teach us and help us that we know from this, and after that I thanks from Mr. David Gershon that teach for Mr. Aziz that now we are in here, and we know about the lessons of empowerment. And I didn't, and at the end, I want to say a beautiful sentence that we studied in this lessons of empowerment, and it's the speech of that say we should wash our eyes and see differently. Thanks for your nice attention.
Thank you. It's great to have your nice words, and remember that empowerment is a practice of sharing lights with each other. And the good point about light is that when you share that, it spreads. it doesn't decrease, not the size, not the amount. It just spreads all the way, and it ignites the new lights, gives sparks to the new candles around itself. So don't be scared and worried about the spread of the light. It is something that you ignite firstly inside yourself, that is your inner power, that is your true self. And then when you get closer to any other person who is embracing this light, you're just sharing that. This is the meaning of transferring of lights. So that is a very beautiful word that you said, that David Gershon has been not only giving this light to me, but thousands and thousands around the world. And I'm sure that very soon you will be introduced with lots of these faces by their names, and you will be joining them in their locations in India, in Africa, and China, and Middle East countries, in Europe, in Australia, and Canada, and the United States, and the Latin American countries, and everywhere in the world. You will be finding these similar lights as yourself, and you will be sharing this light and this space of light with the entire globe. And this is something that David Gershon has endowed us. I'm really grateful to the universe, grateful to this beautiful essence of humanity that has blessed us with having David Gershon and Gelstrop and Theresa. And we are now very happy and grateful to have you, because David Gershon will be just a sign in this path. He has laid some steps that we should find that path. And in the empowerment, when you learn that, trust the process, he just has introduced us with this process. If you just keep yourself on this track and this process, then everything will be emerging on this way. And that is what they have started and initiated by their individual selves. And now we are in the faces of these thousands and thousands of people around the world. We are continuing that. That's very interesting point, and thank you to highlight that and to mention. Yes, sir, let's go to Istiqlal cluster in Quetta, please.
Hello, my dear colleagues, and the Honorable Teacher, Mr. Aziz and Professor David Gershon, and Theresa and other guests. Actually, I'm Roya, and Roya means dream in Persian. So that's why I'm a person with lots of dreams. And as well as I'm a student of the club for education. First of all, I would like to talk about my vision. I wish that I may live in a peaceful environment and continue my study. I wish that everyone may have their right and set up their life as they want and live freedomly. I wish that I may support the one who really want to study, who really want to learn, but they don't have that much to do. And as well as I have many dreams, such as the most important one is to complete my study and pass the IB exam, and then I may have the scholarship in order to be the one who I want to be. I want to be a businesswoman in my future, and I have set up a timetable of study in order to achieve my goal. In the morning when I get up, so just one thing in my mind that I should be a successful businesswoman. So that's why when I get up, I walk from home to Christian education class, and it has one more positive point that walking will be a good exercise for me. On the second hand, I do self-study, and it's very effective on me. And in the afternoon, I go to computer class, then go to libraries and reading books I like, and I do it. And now I would like to talk about empowering patients. We have started a beautiful journey and even full with empowerment. Actually, I'm feeling that inside me there is forming a new personality. This empowerment has affected deeply on my thoughts, on my behavior, on my speeches that it really affects, and I'm glad that because now I'm experiencing a change world that is not possible. And as well as the points which I got from the empowerment session, the first and the most important one is to know who am I? Who am I? why I'm here, I'm here, what is my goal. I did realize about my abilities, capabilities, about my talents, and as well time management, about the programming practices, and many more positive things that I'm hoping in my daily life. And actually, my vision got update about life. That's why it's before the empowerment session. And in the century that we live, we have many good sources in order to catch our goal. And like we can say that internet is there, libraries is there, smartphone is there, computers are there. Because they're the source that you can achieve our goal better if you use them. And I would like to conclude my statement with the quotation of Jack Ma. Jack Ma says that never give up. Today is harder, today is hard, tomorrow is harder, but the day after tomorrow will be a sunshine.
Thank you. If you take your step ahead, every hardship will be over. That's a very good word.
Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well and great. And good morning, and for those people who are not in Afghanistan, good evening. And especially David Gershon and Miss Theresa and our dear teacher, Mr. Rish. I'm so glad that I speak with you. And this is Hello David. And I don't want to ask any question about empowerment lesson. Just I want to tell you something about empowerment lesson. As you all know, empowerment lesson is an awesome program. It's effective and instructive. And it was effective for every girl in Afghanistan that studied, especially in this situation. And I think like empowerment is an art that increases our experience. You know, life is too short that we experience all things, and it's impossible that we do everything. So we can use from empowerment lesson to do something, and empowerment lesson can be helpful in this step. And I'm sure even I was graduated from school, even if you finish university, I couldn't learn this lesson from that side. And that's why that I track to empowerment lesson, and I hope this program will expand all over the world. As you said, it's general in the world, but I want it's become it's become all over the world. And at the end, I want to be thankful of those people who provide this program, especially our dear teacher that teach this, Mr. Rish. Thanks.
Thank you. That's great. Yes, Teresa, we have not heard any words from you. I think this is the turn for you. Tell the other students they get more warmed up. Yeah, please.
Hi, thank you. Thank you all. It's such an honor to be here. And I really do applaud the work you're doing, the courage it takes. And I am very pleased at both your English and your study of empowerment. So thank you for having me.
Is it that all?
Yes, I think we should take advantage of David.
Okay.
Well, I think we should take advantage of Theresa.
Okay. Yeah, because
anything that really needs to happen in empowerment land, in Imagine land, Theresa's got her finger on, but she doesn't say many words, but she works very hard to make things happen. So thank you, dear Theresa.
Yeah, and I love the way that Theresa explains everything, and the elaborative method that she has in expressing her thoughts. Yes, please. Say a few words. At least it will be educational for the students to learn how to speak. I think that is very, very important for them. Theresa?
Why don't you ask me a question? That would be easier for me.
Just go on to explain growing age for the students and tell these students that what growing age is.
Well, I think they're witnessing a growing edge of my own. So I think the easiest, again, you have the master with you, so it's I would defer to David.
Okay, I will speak about I will speak about growing edges, but you know, it's very hard to talk and teach when I'm in the presence of so much beauty and courage. So I'm mostly just taking you in. I feel like I'm drinking some special nectar because I'm so inspired by each of you, by how you're living your life, by your dreams, by your ability to dream. So I could speak about some of the teachings of empowerment, but I wonder if there are specifically questions that you might have so that I can be most useful to you. The whole idea of empowerment comes out of the natural world, that if something is alive, it's always growing, like a tree or a plant. So if we are alive, we're always growing. And when we're growing, we always have the next place of growth, which we call the growing edge. And so the growing edge is the nature of life itself. If you're alive, you're always growing. Question is, how do you grow skillfully? How do you really work your growing edge in your relationships, around your body, around every aspect of your life? And so as you do the empowerment program with your teacher, Aziz, he is going to teach you how to find your growing edges in all the 7 areas of your life. He's going to teach you about the notion we call personal power and all the different elements of power that helps you become able to achieve things. He's going to teach you about what we call core belief systems, which are these fundamental, it's like the soil of your being. How fertile is it? Do you believe, do you see things through a positive lens or a negative lens? Do you trust the universe? Do you have the ability to flow with change? Do you have a self-esteem that enables you to feel good about yourself? These are the foundational core belief systems. You'll learn about that as well. And then the last thing you're going to learn about in the empowerment model and the work that you'll be doing over the next several months is the idea of the power of your thought itself. There is nothing more powerful than your thought, either positively or negatively. You can create good things or bad things depending upon your thoughts. No matter what the situation is outside your life, your thoughts will help manifest the things that you want into your life, if you really believe them. It takes time to believe them. And how you come to believe them is by affirming them, like watering a seed. You water the seed, it starts to grow. So what seed do you want to water? We say watering the weeds or the seeds. And it's very easy to water the weeds because everyone around us is always watering the weeds, and we grow weeds in our life as opposed to the things we want. So it's really important to get clear what you want and then water that by affirming it regularly and then finding where your growing edge is in each of the areas of your life. That's the journey you're embarking upon. And when you complete that journey, the next phase of the journey is to do it outside of yourself for your larger community. One of the things that we'll be inviting you to do is to build what we call community agency, where you make your world a better world. How to do that in the context of some of the constraints that you're working under will make it all the more powerful because you have to be very creative. You do not have it as easy as others that don't have external constraints. So you have to work more creatively to do that. And part of what the program will do is generate that creativity. And my deepest belief, my most profound belief, is that when you start to shift your belief systems, you'll start to see the world around you change. You may not believe that's going to happen. You may not think it's possible, but it will happen if enough of you hold that intention and that belief. And you are just the beginning. So think of yourself as the 1% of Afghanistan that is fortunate enough to have access to this knowledge. But soon you'll have more people that will have access, and you'll be their teachers and you'll be their role models. So that's the journey that you'll be on. And there might be some questions you have or some comments that you have. And I'm happy to receive that. And I may defer to Theresa to answer some of these questions, get her into this act here.
Thanks, David. I think that was a very beautiful, we can say now, visualization. Yeah, a very good visualization of the entire process of empowerment. Just starting from yourself as a natural being, but with the power of thought, with the power of awareness and the power of will that you have, you shape the life and your destiny as you want it. And this is the journey of empowerment. And in this process, any moment, don't forget that this was a very good word that David Gershon inspired you, I'm sure that any moment that you're growing, there is a new growing age for you. And any moment, because you're just widening the space around yourself. And this widened space, that is sometimes fearful. That is the fear zone that you talk about. But the good point is that as much as you go farther, you get more experienced, more skilled, and then you turn this fear zone into the learning zone. And the learning zone, when you enter that, you become excited with the new findings, because then there will be no anything around you to scare you. There will be lots of things to inspire you and to challenge you and to drag you ahead. And this is the moment that you become really a powerful person or an empowered person, as we call that. You do not lose the balance. You do not lose the process. You do not lose the track, but you are creating a very good balanced interaction with the other powers and the entire universe around yourself. And this helps a better world around us. I'm sure that you've got this point, and the purpose of our journey and empowerment is to put that into practice. And step by step, we'll go on through that. You will be, as you said, some of you earlier, you will be catching this fire, as we have told that in the Hunger Games, you will be catching fire. And then through this catching fire, you're going to spread it with the others. And through that, if you have 5 other students or 5 other person in a group around yourself, and you work with that, it is crossing this light to them. And then you should be sure that they are also crossing that to the other people in their line. And this way is, I think, the process of empowerment. It creates an empowerment space around yourself. And then you will feel that you're not alone. You'll feel that you're not scared. You'll feel that you're not vulnerable, but you are a very good balanced person to create a balance around yourself in the world. Thank you, David Gershon. But I'm not letting Theresa to flee. Please go on and to have your words and your experience of growing ages. This is very important. Students, all of you should take this moment very seriously, because growing ages, the essence of empowerment. Yes, Theresa, please.
Well, I think what's important is exactly what Aziz and David have been talking about, that we can always look to life because we are life. And so if you look at any plant, you can see the next point of growth on the plant. And the same happens within us internally, that since life, we are one with life, we are life. So there is limitless possibilities within us. And those limitless potentials for change and growth, because the essence of life is movement. And so therefore the essence of life is change. So no matter what situation you're in, if you remember that you are life, and you remember that there is infinite possibilities available to you if you ask. It may take time. And as we've heard from everyone on this call, it takes hard work. And sometimes it doesn't. It's both and. But the key is to remember that growing edge is the point where all of life is behind you. You have all the power available to you. So that's my contribution.
Thank you, Theresa.
Thank you.
And students, we call Theresa with a very shortened word, T. It's just And Afghanistan tea is a lovely drink because we don't have anything more energizing and relieving than the tea. Any person when takes a journey, asks for tea. If does something, asks for tea.
So you're famous in Afghanistan because everyone likes
not only
likes
famous,
tea.
but beloved for all. Yes, let's go to Istiqlal and Quetta. Please unmute yourself and have your words. If you have any comments, especially about the words that David Gershon Theresa mentioned here, please feel free to ask that, and they will be giving you more details about that. Yes, please.
Good morning, Charles. So this is Miss Lisa, and we are so happy to have Professor David Gershon in today's session. I'm Faizet, one of the cluster education program students, and thanks for your time and listening to my speech. First of all, I want to, it's beautiful to start with wishes, the wishes that are going to become reality. I want the Afghan women and Afghan girls to be released and go to school, and I want the Afghan girls to live freely in good school to achieve their goals and help their country to improve. And it becomes for me a dream that the men and the women of Afghanistan have the same right, and they take their decision. And because from that time till now, the Afghan girls and women were in oppression. And by the help of empowerment, I believe that I can achieve my desires, and I learned to have the courage to follow my dreams and how to overcome our fears, and the empowerment especially for effect on my opinion, behavior, and speech. Before attending the empowerment session, I was very disappointed that everything finished for girls. But now I have believed that we can change everything, and now I know that if we decide to do something, no one and nothing can stop us. And now I feel that a girl is full of energy and unstoppable failure has born in me, and I'm very thankful to Mr. Boyish, the one who teaches us how to fly, and those who support this empowerment. And by using the time, I want to have more speech about for Afghan girls. Dear sisters, if the Taliban close the gates for school, you will still have ability to read and write. Take advantage of your abilities and go ahead. And I know that you can build those cycles and go ahead. Remember that a hero never stops. And you can improve your colleagues by fighting against extremists, and believe on yourself and go ahead. And remember that a hero never stops.
Thank you. It was great. Sahar and Sadaf, please be patient because we have some students from these classes that they will be talking, and you will be helping Theresa and David to cover. I think the sum up will be with your words.
Can I say, can I make a comment on that, Aziz, to this young woman? I don't remember her name, but I thank you for what you were saying. And, you know, as you were speaking, what I was feeling is that there is a very special role that you all have in the world, not just Afghanistan, in the world, because you inspire. Maybe it's hard to imagine how that you may inspire because you just see the world through the constraints around you, but you inspire everybody. Whenever I talk about the work that you're all doing, people get very full of tears and emotional because they feel so inspired by what you're trying to do. I mean, imagine you're the only place that I'm aware of in the entire world where girls can't even go to school, and you're doing it anyway and finding a way to do that. And so many constraints, but you're pushing through them and have such a positive attitude. So there's a reason for that. There's a reason why you have this experience. And that reason is to inspire others. And the way you inspire others is that you keep the faith. Keep the faith in yourself. Keep the faith in the future. Sooner or later, things will change. You know, it's just the nature of life. So you just have to keep the faith that at the right moment, things will open up. But in the interim, you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to keep a positive attitude. You're going to find a way forward. And when you have that will, you'll find the way. And right now, you know, my dear friend Aziz is opening a door, opening some light, and you're all jumping through that. And I encourage you to really go deeply into this empowerment teaching. But even beyond the personal empowerment teaching, I want you to hold the vision of peace on earth. I want you to hold the vision of peace on earth. This is the highest vision there can be, that we can live in a new way across all of humanity. And wouldn't it be amazing if Afghanistan led the way?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it be amazing? I've said this to Aziz many times. I believe there's a reason why we're in Afghanistan. I believe there's a reason why you know, the way a pearl gets created is there's a lot of irritation, and then it just keeps, eventually that irritation creates a pearl. And I think you are pearls. I think you're pearls in the making. So, but you have to keep at it. And every one of you is doing that. You wouldn't be in this class if you weren't. So I just want to honor you and acknowledge you and thank you for keeping your faith and really learn this, because it will be the basis of your life going forward. No matter when the situation changes, you will have this knowledge and you can create your life from that. As you've seen beautifully with Sadaf and Sahar and Alisina and Aziz, and everyone who's been through this journey, and myself. The thing I want to say also is that when you learn how to be a dreamer, the dreams get bigger. I didn't start out dreaming we can create peace on earth. I started dreaming I can create my life as I want it. But as you start to manifest your dreams, the dreams get bigger. And look at Aziz now. He has a vision for the transformation of Afghanistan and reinvention of Afghanistan, and the reinvention of the education system. And people listening to him, you know, he's shown his power to have impact. So I just wanted to say thank you. Anyway, there might be more questions.
That's great. That's a very beautiful word. Thanks, David.
أنا والله دوت yesterday up to my job today. The most small and the most benefit. Hello, good morning, ladies. I have a fine and healthy, and by the portion I was been for teacher of ladies, and I like to speak about introduce myself and life. My name is Mahdia. My father name is Ali Ahmad. My last name is Rashti. I am a student. And life. What's life? I take the meaning of life. If someone to have a good life, you must have to love life. Life have a lot of fun because life is not. What's the cute of life? Remember, when life is cheap to keep your mind vivid. All life is experiments. The more experiments you make better. Life is a tragedy when sin includes that but accommodated in life. When life is better, sitting here and incredible, and when life is sweet, sitting here and grow. Life is too short to work so hard. Life is a journey, not a destination. Thanks everyone for nice attention.
Thank you. It was great. Yes, there is someone new to talk. Yes, please.
By the great name of Almighty God, who is ruling in this big galaxy by justice and honesty. Here is one sentence, first sentence in dear David Gershon's books about empowerment. It was that empowerment is the way on the journey of a way to art of creating our life as you want it. And here is a good sentence, and
Hello everyone, I hope you'll be all fine and doing great and be full of energy. And at the first, I want to be thankful from David Gershon that teaches and share his experience to us. And also, I'm very thankful from ظرفیت that teaches us empowerment lessons. Today, I want to say about the journey of empowerment lessons. The empowerment lesson is like a journey, interesting journey that we are in the way of to be empowerment persons. And at first, I want to say that about one lesson from empowerment lessons that was about nature and was about butterfly. And in my idea, we should and we must learn from a butterfly. And the life of butterfly is very interesting. In my idea, a butterfly passed a lot of way to be a butterfly. Butterfly doesn't born a butterfly. It was just a slow form. It passed a lot of way and passed a lot of steps to be a butterfly. At first, we all like a butterfly too, and we are the way to be a butterfly. And a silkworm passed a lot of way, and we now we must pass the comfort zone, and we must pass the fear zone and learning zone, and also at the end we must pass the growth zone. A butterfly passed a lot of way and may sit in one zone a lot of time and a lot of months. And in my idea, we must pass a lot of way to be a butterfly and fly in the sky. And here I want to say that I like a butterfly that doesn't grow a butterfly. It was just a silkworm. We also the human doesn't grow a president, doesn't grow an engineer, and also a doctor. We must pass a lot of way and try a lot and be empowerment person to be a doctor, to be a president, and to be a good human in the future. And at the end, I'm very thankful from teacher ظرفیت and David Gershon that share his empowerment lessons and share his experiences to us to be a good person, to try a lot. And also I'm thankful from Theresa because of she coming here and
That's great. Thank you, my dear. That was really great.
By the name of the one who is the king of the kings. Hello for dear teacher ظرفیت, for dear guest, Mr. David Gershon, Miss Theresa, and another friends. I hope all of you be healthy. Today I'm very happy, really I'm very happy that I have meeting with all of you, especially with David Gershon. Before our teacher ظرفیت said about David Gershon and about your success and about your special work that you did in the world, like create empowerment. Empowerment, first of all, I'm very thankful from David Gershon that create empowerment. Empowerment is a very useful and interesting lesson. I love empowerment. And now I want to say the effect of empowerment that I have in my life. Before empowerment, I don't know about some power that I have in my body, and I couldn't use from that. And now I know I study empowerment, I know about that, and I can use from that for arriving to my goals. And before empowerment, I'm very sometimes when some work happened in my life, I'm very disappointed and I become depressed and lose my motivation. But now I study empowerment. I know that instead of disappoint and losing motivation, I try to find the solution way and I want to solve that problem. I try to find that how should solve that problem. Empowerment in my life is like a light that at the dark of a night.
And now I try a lot to arrive to my dreams and near myself to my goals. I have a lot of dreams, but my first dream is that taking a scholarship. When I see to my I believe to myself that I can take a scholarship. I think taking a scholarship is not hard. Just it depends to myself that how much I try. If I study hard, if I increase my skill, I believe that I can take scholarship. I hope a day my friends and I can take a scholarship and arrive to our first goals and taking scholarship. And finally, I'm very thankful from all of you and especially our guests that stay your time for us and speaking with us and have time with us. And also I'm thankful from dear teacher Aziz Rohish that he is a relational way between you and us. Thank you.
Thank you. It was great. It's really interesting. When you are in the process of this journey, you're just looking ahead of yourself. Scholarships, having higher education, anything that is just in this process. When you go further, as David Gershon mentioned, that the dream gets bigger and bigger because this is the dream that keeps you going on. That is the dream that helps you to open your way out. So scholarship, having opportunities to study in a good place that helps you to nurture your true self and to find your potential, full potential as human being. These are the natural achievements and accomplishments of you in the process of empowerment. And I'm very happy that you have now gotten that as a power of affirmation in yourself. And you are just underlining that you have gotten that and you are every day in this process of getting that more and more. Let's go back to Quetta, please. You had new people to talk. Yes, please.
If you are never alone, God is always with you. Best greeting and best wishes to you. Hello, I am Sheesha, the student customer education program in Quetta, Pakistan. And at first, I want to talk about my wishes. That the level of boy and girls are the same. If a boy can get education, so a girl also can get education. If you say a boy can go to a school center and a girl cannot go, but with the help of these mobiles and internet, we can get education. We can continue our lessons. And we have here these empowerment lessons. Like we got many things from our teacher, our dear Aziz Rohish, and we study our lessons every day. And I have dreams like other talented girls in Afghanistan. And these empowerment lessons are very helpful for me. And I have, it has many effects on me. Like by the help of these empowerment classes, I have gotten a new schedule. And you know, before I don't have any schedule, and I can't decorate my schedule, but now I can. In addition, this is kind of these empowerment lessons, and this how I can beautify and how I can beautify my daily routines very quickly. And you know, the effect of these empowerment lessons, it has so much effect on each of us. Like before, it was so hard to get up early, but now it is too easy to get up early. And as well as I have lots of wishes. You know, I wish that one day Afghan girls can go to their school and get and start their lessons. And this wish will be, I know it will be, and Afghan girls can go to their schools and they can continue their lessons. And you know, the right of a man and women is, and the right of a man is not higher than a woman. Like a man can go to everywhere, but a woman can't. Like we should not compare them with each other. Their level are the same. They can go to everywhere and they can do everything. And minimum of $1,000, I have many dreams, accept them as uncountable. And moreover, I want to say that never give up. And nothing is impossible. The world itself says that I am possible. And I have many messages for my dear sisters. And never give up and go ahead, my dear sisters. Only go in the direction of your dreams, no matter how the situation is going on. Stand tall and show the world that you are narrow. When the dimness beats you down, find a reason to get up again. Success is yours. Try and try again. Fill your minds with ideas of success, not failure. If the situation turns against your wishes today, don't be disappointed. If you stand, then tomorrow will be yours. And following your dreams can be both terrifying and exciting. Then try to continue your way. You did your best and your dream will come true. Success is yours. Never give up. And that's it. And thank you for your nice attention. And I am very grateful of Mr. Roish that he taught us very well. And I am very thankful of the persons who support these empowerment lessons for us. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, my dear daughter. That's great. That's really great.
In the name of Allah, hello and good afternoon, our teacher and David Gershon, Mrs. Theresa. Today I'm very happy because I see you and I talk with you. I hope all of you fine. It's a pleasure for me. Now I want to speak about empowerment lessons. The empowerment lessons is very good for me. I need the empowerment lessons because when the empowerment lessons start, I grow and I found my dreams and I believe we can because the girls of the Afghanistan girls is very strong and I am so happy because I continue my lessons in here and thank you very a lot. Thank you for your support. And thank you very a lot because we have very good lessons in here and we take very a lot things for empowerment lessons and thank you for your nice attention.
Thank you. That was great. Thank you. Let's give a time to Sadaf and Sahar because we are, I think, going to close tonight's session. It is around 12 minutes that we have. Be short, please, Sahar and Sadaf, and have some words. Then we will come to again to Istiqlal and Bomik as well, that they have raised their hands. And at the final, we have some words from David Gershon. Yes, Sahar, starting from you, please.
I just wanted to make a note on one of the things that David said, which is one of my most favorite things that he said. He said that to make the change in your world. And my favorite part from this statement was the your world part, because when you're in the process of trying and building something new, either for yourself or for the community or in a bigger picture for the world, it does seem very, because it's very big, it may seem discouraging because you are one individual and you're comparing yourself to 7 billion people and how one person can bring a change to the world and lives of 7 billion people. I really love that statement because your world can be different in different stages of life, in different places, and in different countries, different societies. And same as the way that your world is different, the change that you make in your world is also different. Because at some point, like right now, with everything that's happening back home, with all of the challenges that you're facing, changing your world can be helping your friends to study better, helping yourself to study better, and sharing that light with your other friends who are not able to be part of the class education yet. It can also be speaking to your parents and giving them hope, because with everything that's happening, I know how difficult it can be to be hopeful, to find that light when your entire world is changing day by day and you have no to very little control over what is happening and how things are happening. So that change in your world and the change that you start from yourself, from your mind, your vision, your dreams, your education, to how you want to implement that in the world. That can be you at the moment. You may say that, okay, if I'm helping my friend, I'm just helping my friend, or I'm just talking to my parents about what I'm learning, or I'm just talking to my friends about what I'm learning, and it's not a big deal. But I just want to tell you that you need to give yourself grace for that, because sometimes even making those little efforts can lead to big differences, big changes. And even if they don't, those little efforts at the time that you made those efforts, you made those changes, they were necessary for you to become the next version of you, for you to become a better person, a stronger person. And also, I wanted to make another comment to Ustad's comment about tea being famous in Afghanistan. Because when you say that, I actually felt being on the spot, because I was drinking tea right now. And like, I feel like even after leaving Afghanistan, tea has been one of the things that I've never been separate from it. Like, it's on the top list of the things that I would have whenever I go, wherever I be. So I think that's it from me. And I'm really, if I don't get to talk again, because we're about to end, it was really nice seeing you all, and I'm really inspired and amazed by what you're doing, by the effort that you're making. And I think that would be it from me for now, probably.
Thank you, Sahab. The beautiful life of morning. Yes, Sadaf, please. Try to be a little bit.
It was
Yeah, we have to give time for the rest of the participants as well. Yes, Sadaf. Yeah.
So what I want to say probably would be the last speech for tonight. What David said, you are alive. Focus on yourself. Focus on who you are. Then love what you do. Set your goals and love it. And then work on your network. Doesn't mean like you have to be, I know it's really hard in Afghanistan. The electricity, internet is worse, like the worst internet we have in Afghanistan. But work on your network, share everything, pass everything you learn from here to others, to your family members, and then from them to your relatives, to your friends, whoever you are getting to know them. Then use the opportunities that comes to you, use them in a good way that helps you. And then that way you can support yourself and you can support many other people who wants to be in your place. Like you, I know it's a little bit hard for now. Like girls cannot go to school, girls are like limited from everything. But what you want to do is to find yourself, focus on who you are, love what you are gonna do, set your goals, have a schedules, and never give up, which I loved this short phrase of every single girl who said that. We girls can be like sun, we can shine, so we can brighten the whole world.
Thank you, Sadaf John. That was great.
Hello to all beautiful souls who are with us. I hope you be happy and healthy. I want to talk about David said that there is a reason that you were born in Afghanistan and you're in Afghanistan. I think my reason is that darker night, brighter stars. I believe it, and I believe that as much as the nights are going to become darker, we are going to become brighter and more shinier. And empowerment reminded me and showed me that I was born to be a part of this world. So why I should not be a powerful one, and why I should not show the best version of myself and draw the best version of myself.
And I want to say thanks to all.
Yeah. David,
So let me, I just want to make sure I heard this. I was born in Afghanistan because it's dark, and so that means that I have to shine brighter. Did I understand that correctly?
that was great. Yeah, and
That's amazing.
David,
Amazing.
Yeah, David, Fatima is a painter, and because of that, she used the word of draw. We should draw ourselves, and that is a very beautiful word that I love with her. She is around maybe 13 years old or 14, but she has a long way to have a very good version of herself, to be illustrated, to be visualized, as I've told them, that not to be seen, to be heard, and to be someone that they have a very good, beautiful voice that can resonate in the ears of millions and millions around the world. And I'm sure that will.
Hello, good night for you all who are located in America, and good morning for other students who are in Afghanistan. And first of all, I introduce myself for you. I'm Mahbouba Fayaz, and I'm one of the participants of this program. First of all, I want to start my speech by this, that believe me, the news of this program was the best news in last year for me. When I heard, I really felt terrified, and I thought that I could find an opportunity to improve and continue my studies. That was the best news for me. And I want to talk about the things that I got from this conference, and the things that I learned during of this conference are things that women are not born to be abused, to remain silent for fear of religious or political issues. Women are born to discover, to make changes, help the world, and make the beautiful things, and be creative and invest. Therefore, these things, the speech that Mr. Aziz Ruish teach us, and I really want to say that those speeches are like those things that they must return by gold. Believe me, they are that much valuable. That's why they motivate me. That as I'm in love with programming, I like to program and be a computer programmer in the future. That's why I started programming, and I attend a programming class after this conference. And also, the fifth point is this, that I have the ability to teach English. I started teaching English online classes for Afghan girls, and for girls who are recruited in Pakistan. And also I started practicing, and also I started writing and painting. They are the best things. And also the second and the most important point that this conference proved for me is this, that it is proven for me, for us by real humans like you, that humanity is the most beautiful and the most powerful thing in all of the world, because not the color of the skin, not the religion, not the nation, and not any other thing could stop you from helping us and standing behind us and working with us. And also, I want to say that I want to end up my speech by the I'm listening to the American women a lot, like Hillary Clinton, and also like the Kamala Harris, the speech of Joe Biden. Once the night that she went the demonstration, he said that she said that dream with ambition and lead with conviction. I'm really glad to have you, and thank you so much for your kindness and also for your helping. This program is a kind of the tree of kindness and the gratitude about the humanity, that it's a kind of the tree that be sure it will be full of harvest. And thank you for your time and hard working. I wish one day I have the ability to prepare it and be sure I will never forget this kindness and humanity till the time that I'm alive.
Thanks, dear daughter. That's great. I think we are running out of time. We've kept David Gershon and Theresa so long for this night. It has been 2 hours, and before 2 hours, they had been also busy to prepare themselves and to be waiting to see you. If you allow me, let's go back to David and to Theresa to have some final words and to close the session for tonight. And I will have this opportunity for you opened that in the sessions that we have, both Theresa and David will join us back to answer some of your questions, to guide you with the process of empowerment workshops that we have and all the steps that we have. So this is the beginning of the journey. This is just the first step that we have. We have a long way even for 2030. That is one step of journey, and that is around 7 years. And in this 7 years, not only with David Gershon, you will be guided by thousands and thousands of other peers of you around the world. They will be joining us in some of the sessions. Hopefully, we have this dream. That's not dream. That is one of our very closest, nearest plans. We will have hundreds of these beautiful faces one night to come and to celebrate with you. In one of these sessions, they will come as we had with the World's Week Unity through the Peace on Earth game. And we will have all of them from around the world here on this screen. There will be, as Christine, some of you said, who was that was in love with Christine? And she will be singing songs for you. There will be people to clap for you, to shed the lights for you. There will be lots of these kinds of empowering elements, torches, lights that will come to embrace you, to receive you, to appreciate you, and to let you know that now you're not alone. Don't be scared, don't be under stress, don't be fearful at all. Now you're not alone. You are part of millions and millions around the world. And in this world of lights, you are just transferring the lights. You are giving lights, you're getting lights, and every day in every steps of yours, you will feel this joyful sense of empowerment. David, let's have the words from you.
Well, I am very excited to come back, continue to visit with you, continue to learn from you. What I learned from you is your courage. I love this line. It's now going to be one of my new favorite lines, that when it's the darkest, you have to shine the brightest. And that is your job. That's your official role on planet Earth right now, to shine bright. Why? Because the world needs to see people shining bright. People that I come across do not have adversity like you have. And they become dull in their lives because they're not forced to shine bright. But when you're forced to shine bright, there's something inside of you that has to be born. And Afghanistan is creating the pearls. That's what I'm getting. And Aziz, I realize we have to sort of edit this video and tell more people about this evening and share more of your stories with the world. It's so important and so inspiring because so many people don't have hope. And to have hope in worlds that can easily be difficult to have hope in will inspire many, 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 many others. So know that you have me as your supporter, as your believer, as your friend. Aziz, thank you for the opportunity. Truly, it's a blessing, a profound blessing to be with these beautiful young women. I'm honored and touched, and I will be back. and want to learn more about your journey, when you go on the journey over the next months, you'll have a lot more questions because you're going to go much deeper than you've gone before. You'll be going to new growing edges. Aziz will lead you in that. And myself and Theresa can be a resource for you. But mostly I just want to be in your presence. Yes. You inspire me.
That's great.
To me, it's not that I'm giving to you, it's more like you're giving to me. But it's always mutual. So thank you for who you are. And I look forward to continuing on this journey. And Aziz, let's do some work with this. Send it to me and I'll have Carlin do some editing and we can sort of have more people learn about this.
Yeah, we will. We'll definitely do that. Yes, Theresa, tea, the final steps of tea.
Yes. So Aziz, I thank you. I thank you for the honor of being with all of you young ladies and all of the coordinators. It is truly inspiring, as David said, and I am believing in you and you are all shining bright. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Theresa. And my final sentence for you, dear students, the word which was repeated so many times, it was told by David Gershon that you are a plant, that you are a seed, that you are on your everlasting growing ages every moment that you are going forward. But don't forget that this seed, this plant is you, yourself. You can take this, you can plant it anywhere that you go. But don't let any other person to take you and to take it somewhere else and plant it as they wish, because then you will not be yourself. And empowerment, the seed is you, the owner of the seed is you, and you are the one to take that at any place that you wish to plant it, to water it, to grow it, and to guard it. Don't let any other person, doesn't matter who that person is, to take out you from that place and to take you out at their own wishes and to plant it. Maybe that can be a flower to decor their homes. That can be a tree to decor their garden. That will be something to give fruit for them. That will be productivity, but that is not you. And the empowerment, this inner power, this true self, that is the access point of power. Believe in that, respect that, honor that, seed that, water that, grow that, and you should be sure that if you firmly take that seed, no one can shake you. And the world, if the entire world get out of balance, you would not be get out of balance. If the entire world is distracted and it is destroyed and gone in many directions, you will not be that one, because you have the seed of your own self. If you're in Mars, you will be yourself. If you're in NASA, you will be yourself. If you are in the United States, if you are in Bamyan, if you're in Jalalabad, if you're in Quetta, if you're in any place, if you are the owner of yourself, be sure that no one can shake you. Believe in that self and empower that self. Thank you a lot. It was
Aziz, can I say one final word? Just that you've inspired with me, that actually Sahar inspired in me. Every moment is an opportunity to empower another person with a kind word, with a positive thought. Your sister, your brother, your father, your mother, your friend. And you've been given a gift. You know that there's a better way. There's a better way, meaning you know there's a better life available to you. Most people do not know that. So spend as many moments during the day saying something kind, good, and encouraging to your friends, to your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, anyone you meet on the street. That's the easiest and most important thing. And if you have 600 or 700 of you doing that every day, many times a day, you'll be amazed the kind of influence you'll have. And they'll say, how do you do that? And then just smile at them and say, you can do it also. And it's so simple. It's not about all the other constraints you have. You can do that no matter what. So I just wanted to give you something very tangible to do, aside from the philosophy of empowerment and the belief in your future and your life. So just want to add that. Anyway, thank you for your time and your beautiful beings, and I will look forward to visiting with you again. Sahar, great to see you again. Let's stay connected. Sadat, I'm happy to connect with you also and your brother, so let's stay connected. Theresa, I will see you tomorrow. We'll have a lot to talk about and debrief. Aziz, let's talk soon and figure out next steps with all this. And many blessings to everyone here. Thank you.
Okay. Twinkles, please, students, twinkle to all of you.
I will tell this to my wife. This will make her very happy. She invented the twinkle.
This twinkling, and this twinkling spreads the light in your universe.
So Gail, you have to tell Gail how great this was, Theresa. She'll love hearing it from you. Okay. Be well, everybody. We will see you again soon.
Have a good day. Have a good time. Thanks for all of you attending this beautiful moment of our journey.
Bye, everybody.